Well, we arrived. We're at Domo Silotra. We're on 306. We're starving, and we don't have our luggage. And we're going to go find a nice little restaurant we passed on the way. Let's get the door. Everyone says get doors. So hopefully when we come back, our luggage will be there like 8 o'clock tonight.
Ha!
This piazza is just about a 30-second walk from our hotel, so it's dinner time, and you can see people are here. So we're not the only ones in these little alleys.
Wow, that's pretty cool, right by our hotel. Like a small Piazza Navona. Lots of restaurants here.
Okay, our first dinner. I'm having scampi with zucchini, and Dad is having spaghetti with meat sauce, of course. Italian beer, which is very good.
Yeah, it is very good beer.
And there's our wonderful waiter.
We need a bigger table.
Do you bread is here? Yes.
Okay.
It's nice and more easy. It's otherwise.
Wow, look at that big guy.
Busy Grand Canal.
Busy. Oh, man. All over the place.
There's the bus we just got off of. And we're just taking a walk over the Rialto. We're hoping that the sun will come out later, and we're hoping that our luggage comes this afternoon. He said it's on its way, so we will see. A typical street here.
Find out how we get
Of course, gelato, even though we just had breakfast. And they call this place up Mr. Sandwich. Okay, now we're talking. Look at that pizza and sandwiches. Everything's made fresh.
So Phil Canneely look good.
Cannolis.
Cannoli. Okay. Sake.
This is the Rialto. I'm really not sure why this one is the most special one, but millions of people are here every year. Look at that! Found the Hard Rock. It's right next to the Rialto. Okay, well, Ray informed me why the Rialto is the best one. It's because it's the biggest, and it goes in both directions. Got stairs on both sides, the roof. Okay, now I'm informed.
I don't think you have to protect the card.
Ray's next quest is to get a good shot of the Rialto. This is the very first church ever built in Venice. 1170 it was built. How amazing is that? Just a little chapel. That's the church we were in, Church of San Giacomo di Rialto. And found out there's people buried under the floor, but oh, pasta. Whoops. Okay, we're back on another water bus. We're just gonna go to the train station and figure out how to get to Murano tomorrow. And we're gonna take the sun's coming out. 11 o'clock in the morning. We were gonna call Michelle, but we thought she would appreciate a 5 o'clock call to tell her we have a phone number. This is like Interstate 75 here. Way better. Going under the Rialto. We just arrived at San Marco Island. We got our luggage and we're showered and we're ready to go. And Ray is already asking everyone to get out of the way of the Doge's palace so he can get a good picture. That's not gonna happen. There are over 100,000 people a day here, and only 55,000 live on the island permanently. And that bridge, if I can get to it, has never-ending people on it all day long. There's St. Mark's Church.
I gotta go down here.
Of course, I think they're refurbishing it. They are waiting for the dinner people to arrive and serenading them, so they will. Here's Ray getting ready for a selfie in front of the tower in San Marco. This is the back door of San Marco's church. All marble, so pretty. Ornate, of course.
Okay, one more.
Sounds like it's time for dinner. St. Mark's Square.
Without the, yeah.
All right, wait a minute. One more shot of the bell tower here. The children are having fun, and the adults feeding pigeons. I've seen some of the biggest pigeons and seagulls ever here.
European mission with the lion is the Venetian.
Well, we just had our pizza at the San Marco and took a walk, and we found the Hard Rock Cafe. This one is the big one in Venice. So we're gonna go buy Ray's gonna buy David's glass in here. And there's no motorcycle anywhere. Imagine that. Okay, we're in Venice. Yes, I'd like one of those glasses on top.
That one. Let me have that pen there with the...
What are you getting?
That pen right there with the canal on it. See that one right there?
I'm missing it.
It says Venice with a picture of the canal and the bridge.
Which doesn't take it?
Oh, okay.
Oh, there we go. We're at the train station. We're gonna head to Verona. We're waiting for the 8:50 to come up to make sure which train we're going on. We're going to go on the Express. We bought a first class ticket, which only increased our rate like 10 euro because we already bought our tickets. And I think we're going to be down on one of these, that red train there. This is the train we're taking because our ticket has that name on it, but may not necessarily be the one. The shops aren't open yet, it's a little early. Ray's gonna look for luggage or a luggage carrier because we don't know if the luggage is gonna make it this far because the wheels are falling off. We're getting our tickets to go into the Verona Arena for a tour. We just stepped inside the arena in Verona, and it looks like we're on the outer part. It's quite high, it looks like 60 feet tall. Places that go down, places that go up, it's all cobblestone. And here's another walkway. I'm gonna go up and see. They're getting ready for the opera tonight. They had Carmen playing last night. At the top there you can see the old stairs. for seats. Still in cement. We learned that the outside wall, this is the only piece left, around 1918 there was an earthquake and the entire wall around this inner wall collapsed. And of course this has been here for over 2,000 years. We are headed towards Juliet's balcony and massive people. This is the way she went in from the movie. People have band-aided their messages of love on the walls as high as they could reach. Lovers kissing. I don't know who's up there, but it's the Juliet of today. It looks like the wall is there. And people have put all kinds of keys and notes. I guess this is where true love started and ended. We just finished lunch. We're still in Verona. And this is the piazza. Everything inside the river area is the old city, which we're in. And we're heading over to the cathedral, which is quite a ways from here. It's not what you're looking at. There's a little bazaar in the middle of the piazza here, of course. Anything to make money. Actually, it's a cloudy day today, but it's made it so comfortable. And here's a clock tower. We took the ferry to Murano this morning. Today is Friday. I have to check off the calendar because being on vacation, you don't know what day anything is. And of course, our favorite things, a working lighthouse, but we're not allowed to go up it. And Ray is disappointed they don't have any to sell for our collection. We're off to see the glass factory. Of course, they have some right here. Not sunny, but they have this display of glass birds right here on the open water. We're going to stop here for a demonstration. You can see, ooh, there he is with the hot glass. And that fella's working on a big one right there. Maybe it's going to be the same thing. Wow, that has to be hot on his hand. Whoa, smoking. First the belly's in the way. Let me get out of here. Small glass guy put pieces of that glass on that big thing. Looks like he's making a face on there.
Huh?
Looks like he's making a face on it.
Yeah, he's making a face. Making a nose.
Yeah. There, one below and you've got glass. Somebody buy me a flower. He has some more clear glass. I think he might be decorating the first vase. We're not sure. Well, it looked like he was making a horse, but now he's hiding it, so I can't
Was that
tell.
horse I bought last time?
Yeah, when the legs broke.
Hey.
Adesso il vetro è ancora molto caldo, a una temperatura di circa 500 gradi.
Look at that, he made that in like 3 minutes.
The temperature is around 10 degrees.
Ah!
What did they do?
Quando l'oggetto è finito, viene messo nel forno.
We're on Murano and found out that it is made up of 5 islands. So we're going to cross over that bridge and hit another island, and hopefully we won't get lost to get back. Not sure how long it took to blow that glass, but that's very beautiful. We're in a little piazza just around the corner from the factory, and I'm sure this is another church. Hi Viola, we thought you'd like this. We are in downtown Bologna. It is Saturday late afternoon. Long story there. This is the old city wall from the 12th century. It was put around the whole city for a defense mechanism, and in the 1900s they started tearing it down because they didn't need the outside wall for protection any longer. And there's some interesting stairways here. I'm going to take a walk up and look around. There's the entrance to the city in the day. There's a moat in front of it with a rushing river, actually. So this must be the inside part. This is above the stairway, so we're going to take it a little while and see where we end up. First church we've run into in Bologna that we know of. Quite modern. There's a market here selling all
There you are.
kinds
You
of
get a
different
seat back
goods.
there.
I'm sure it's a big work-off center. It goes for a long way.
Man, this is so compact.
This is worse than a flea market that we have, and for €5, not worth it.
Wow, look at all these fancy shoes.
No shoes for you. No shoes for me either. Find our way out of here. Actually looking for the Twin Towers. I think we're down this way to the right for several miles. The street's closed off. There's very few lights here. So the cars just go when there's no people in the way. They've got tables set up, I don't know. It looks like this happens every day. Whoop, we're heading towards that church. As usual, Ray stopped and asked why. So he stopped the policeman and said, "Hey, excuse me, you speak English?" Honey.
Hi.
And they said, "Oh, this goes on every weekend. They close the streets down so the people can get together." So that's pretty cool.
Sparò i suoi colori nel cielo e nel silenzio vennero giù. La bimba in quel cielo d'Oriente vide la vita e l'amore che c'è.
Ray thinks this is the Twin Towers that he's looking for, but on this side we know close. One goes to the right, and one goes to the left. Leaning. So maybe this is their mini Pisa, I'm not sure. We are in the oldest university of Bologna. This is the oldest building, which is now just for viewing. This room, they changed it into a library. Everything is very ornate. There are many, many buildings of this university. They teach everything from philosophy to doctoring to becoming a lawyer. Everything and everything is taught here in this university. And there's buildings all over town. For scuola. Interesting enough, these books are on humanity, evolution, and man. Nothing's changed over a few thousand years. This is just the one hallway going to the next room. The only other room available to see is what they used to use to teach anatomy. Different coats of arms. And of course, mostly the ceilings are gorgeous. Not that I could read Italian. We are in the anatomy classroom. This looks like the table that the instructor, professor, would have taught the anatomy class. And there's wooden chairs and seats around the whole room. And there's a lectern there. Studento. This is where it was bombed during the war, and a lot of this building and the university had been blown up, and they reconstructed some of the remains from the pieces, and what we're looking at is reconstructions of what was built. We're stopping to have lunch. This is the restaurant, and very busy.
That's the boss. That's the boss.
Oh, that was the boss. Okay, and that was one of our waiters. And the prices are reasonable. As you can see, many people are at this one, and not so many down there. We're speaking to some nice ladies. One is from France, and one is from France, Quebec. And I ordered eggplant, and Ray ordered noodles, bolognese with meat sauce, and Italian beer, of course. We just arrived in Genoa. I forgot to take pictures at the train station, but I will later because there's a huge monument of Christopher Columbus, and Ray took a picture because I know the club will like it. This is the University of Genoa, the doorway. Maybe we'll go take a peek later. But the sun is out, and we're actually heading to see the lighthouse. Well, we dangerously crossed this street twice because the policeman wouldn't give us any information. No lights, people are just zooming every direction, but now we're back on track to find Via Fontaine. We're down by the dock and came across this enormous ship. I think it's just a tourist attraction, but it might be something, and we'll find out if it was anything of the day. Okay. The official name. We're down at the port. And just got off the phone with Lucia. She's concerned about what size car we need. So they're probably going to bring a van. But there's a lot of activity here, and I'm losing Ray, but I think I'll find him. Italy, I believe that is probably a restaurant. Ah, made in Sicily. Looks like a candy shop. It is candy, considering Ray has just had cookies and Snickers all day, and it's 3:30, and I'm getting to need actual food. And this is St. Giorgio Church. It's got a flat side, and then they painted all the characters, apostles on it or something. Okay, well, retraction. Oh, this was never a church. It was a jail. The guy was a funny man who told us that. It's very interesting here. It's narrow like Venice, but it's so hilly up and down. Little Marquito. Narrow passages. This city is going to be fun. Well, we know it's a church. I'm not sure which one it really is. If it's the basilica or not, it's not that big on the outside. We're staying at the Hotel Nuova Nord, which is New North, and we found a little place just outside it for our first dinner. And of course, Ray has spaghetti, but he hasn't really had spaghetti the whole time. He's had different noodles, so he's happy with the spaghetti, and I decided to try with fish. Yum, 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 yum. And here's our beautiful waitress. Well, we finished our delicious meal, and this alley is right next to the table we had, and there were cars and motorcycles constantly going up. But when we turn around, there's really nothing here, so we don't know. They must be going somewhere. I know there's buildings and hills up behind us, but just odd. I guess people go up this windy road and live in these apartments or somewhere. That's the train station and bus station, and we are very close to our hotel, so it was just a 5-minute walk. We're gonna go in and look around, and they said we could probably buy a book on Genoa there, so that's why we're going there again. And of course we were greeted by none other than Christopher Columbus. So on behalf of Lou Scavani and the club, I am taking this picture of Christopher Columbus. To find out what that Jewish Italian boy was all about. Oh, is that it? Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. There's a lighthouse that we hope to climb tomorrow. This is almost like being in San Francisco. Lots of hills and turns. It's a gray morning, but we've made it down towards the port. We have hopes that it won't rain anymore. I think it rained all evening. So we're going to find the lighthouse. We're winding our way through different paths, but we did find it. Jorge is getting happier. Finding the perfect place to take a shot. There's some wildflowers growing along the wall. Aren't they pretty? Although we reached the Lanternia, it is only open on the weekends. Maybe that's the Lord telling us we shouldn't be climbing all those stairs. Because getting here was a challenge. Unfortunately, it's gray, but it is not raining. And here's a view of the city on the hill through a grate. Maybe tomorrow we can take a boat ride along the coast. They offer one of those at the aquarium. We took bus 20 from the store. We got a drink and some lozenges, and we met a really nice young lady who helped us get on bus 20. And she was coming this way. She reminded me of our granddaughter Teresa.
E tutti gli altri cugini che poi lo vanno a sparare perché poi lo vanno a
We just stopped and picked up a guide. They had really nice pictures and information. And we're actually headed to the bigger cathedral, but this one is on the way. And it's starting to drizzle again. There's the honey. And that's where we're headed. Here's the front of the cathedral, and I think I have water. Let me stop. Hey, no more water, even though it's still raining. We are in front of the cathedral.
Zoom up on that.
Yeah, the beautiful detail. Marble on here. Pink and gray. And stained glass window. And of course the bell tower is up there. Just stopped and had a little sandwich at a Trattoria. We had 2 sandwiches and a cappuccino, and it was $5.80. It was the best deal we've had for a long time. Ah. Ciao! Some shops. 2015 wedding dresses. Alleys everywhere you go. That's the church. Yeah, let's go that way. Heading to the second piazza. We're headed down towards what we think is an old castle. Well, this just looks like a remaining wall of days gone by. We did find out that the cathedral was started in 1006 and it was canonized in 1128 or so. And every so many years they added more to it. This is the other side where you would actually enter into this old establishment. Or maybe it's the way that people came into the city originally. A very fancy place. Looks like it has one of the wells that people came to in the early days to gather and collect water. Around the stock exchange, I just had to show you the floor. A lot of terrazzo here on the ground. There's a lot of course, granite and marble. And the streets are named after the month. So we're heading down Settembro Street and we're going to see some fabulous buildings. More architecture. Oktoberfest is Oktoberfest, no matter where you are in the world. Theirs is next week. We've been hunting for Via Garibaldi and we found it. And we're going to head down. There's supposed to be beautiful palaces this way, but it is good no matter what. This is our last day in Genoa, and we hiked up to the top of, I'm not sure what street we're on, but we're heading towards Mackenzie Castle, and we're almost there, but this was a great view from here. They build everywhere. Here's Castle Mackenzie, which strikes me funny is why is the castle named Mackenzie? Doesn't sound very Italian.
So he ended up with
giving
a space
us
underneath. And so
a tour.
the owner decided he wanted a grotto. And so they built the grotto.
Oh, they built the grotto.
Yes, they built the
How
grotto.
can you build it on what you like that? I mean, they'll take thousands of years to develop.
No, convenient. Because then we would have to rely on their disponibility. Their
This is
availability.
magnificent.
And since our auctions have become very large, in the intervening years since the auction house was organized, now I have a colleague who does nothing except take photographs of all the objects.
Amazing. This is an auction house, Raymond.
Fresco is a totally different technique.
Oh my gosh. There's 85 rooms inside
Beautiful.
here.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
This room is
Main
amazing.
entrance is where there's the lantern.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, I thought you meant this.
No.
Oh.
Oh my God.
And beside him is Gino Copede, the architect.
Oh,
You see, to be able to get this done, Mr. Mackenzie and all the men working in the castle dressed in costumes. Then he had themselves photographed, and on the basis of the photograph, this was painted.
Oh.
So all the people you can see, the faces you can see, this is a copy of a chandelier which you can find in Pisa. If you're ever in the Piazza dei Miracoli in Pisa, where the Leaning Tower is.
Oh, we've been there.
Yes,
Well, many years ago.
Yes. Here you can see the main tower. That's a broken tower.
Organ from 1903. We're going into the chapel.
Oh, the smoke. Ooh, what's this room?
It's the chapel. Look at the pipes. Man, I bet you could hear this all over the city.
Yes.
We just descended these steps,
What is that order?
which I had to hold on to Ray for because it's open and narrow. But they have their own indoor pool, which they had heated. And a sauna. Very cool. And then afterwards
As I
they could
said,
take a
we-
bath to
we
clean
spent
off.
quite a lot because we had to reproduce.
It's all marble.
So what did
Joe
we
is
have?
still with us and he's giving us information on what we're looking at. And up above that beautiful building is low-cost public housing. And then here below
That's
is the prison.
prison?
And off to the right is their football field.
Soccer?
Soccer. Beautiful view though, the mountains. Well, we just had a mediocre lunch of sandwiches. Actually, the bread was good. It's Italian Boudica bread. Waiting for the boat tour. We're near the aquarium. We didn't want to do the aquarium even though it's supposed to be the second best in the world. They have scenes from all the different oceans. But we do want to go on the harbor cruise because we're hoping to see some of the harbor and the scenery. So we're waiting for the ticket office to open.
Regioni del nord-ovest italiano, il porto di Genova ha una storia e una tradizione antichissime. Si sviluppa partendo da Levante verso Ponente, dal bacino delle Grazie, l'area dove sorgono i cantieri e le officine delle riparazioni navali, poco distante dal quartiere feristico della Foce, Ponte Andrea Doria, Ponte Colombo, Ponte Assereto, Ponte Caracciolo.
Heading back to the original port, we didn't know that we had a stopover at a beach. And we thought we had to get off, but we thank goodness we didn't. We did exchange people. So we're heading back to town. Pretty view here. Mountains in the background. And there are at least a dozen ports with big ships.
Ci sono serie. Sono serie.
Say hi to Viola.
Ciao Viola! Vieni in Italia! Ciao, ciao! thank you e grazie.
Say hi to Viola.
Grazie, ciao. Hi, Viola. Hi. We wait in Italy. Zia Jenny. We wait in Italy, Viola. In my house.
She wanted to be here very
I
badly.
will.
Yes.
Excuse me. I will you. That's my house.
And then we have the kids over here. And I don't know where the other kids are. We're on our third course, and we have roast beef and salad.
And peas.
And peas. Oh yeah, peas.
le vacanze
We
che
had soup, antipasta.
And soup. And soup.
Oh yeah, soup. There, she made soup. That was #1 course.
Yeah, soup.
Chicken soup with meatballs in there, right?
Sì.
Yeah. Hey. They have another kitchen down here in their very big basement, very large. Big, the big screen. Look at that side of that TV screen. Woo! The ceiling is probably, I don't know, 12, 15 foot high, made for a truck. And they have a pizza oven. There's a pizza oven in here too. Right there.
Da solessa. Sta sola. Sì, sta buona, da 83 anni. Sta sola qui ancora da sola. Sì.
Bye bye.
Well, it's Saturday morning, and after a night of meeting everyone and feasting, I am still so very full. They said they're on holiday because of us. We're waiting for Lucia and Mikel to pick us up and show us around everywhere Dad has gone. And we are quite surprised at him living at the top of these mountains. I guess we never really thought how high he was. And the clouds will be lifting. And we're at the resort, and it's very nice. And the church is right around the corner, which I can't see, but we will get it when we get there. We just arrived at the Sanctuary of Adoration, and 2 huge tour buses just showed up. Why people are here in the middle of nowhere, it amazes us. Of course, it's a beautiful church, so we're anxious to see. This is inside the church, and I see that there's flowers here. And in our hotel, they're actually setting up for a wedding. So I think that someone will be getting married in this church today. They started building this church in 1890, and I know Dad sent money over the years to help a little bit, and they finished the church in 1975. Adonella's daughter plays violin here for weddings, but she's not here today to do today's wedding. We are on top of the altar, looking out, unbelievable. Evidently, in 1888, 2 Shepherd sisters were in appearance of the Madonna twice, and no one believed them. And then one time, the Madonna appeared to a priest, and he believed that the girls saw the Madonna. So that's why 2 years later, they started building this church.
No, dico i miei me li volevo portare.
Vedi la casa gialla?
Ma do you see
Like
the
your
white house? It's just like two
big one.
houses.
Yeah.
Two houses together.
Behind the small brown one, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, behind the small brown one. There are some trucks outside.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Nicholas' house, my brother.
Oh, right
Oh.
there?
Yes,
Right in front of the church.
in front of the church.
Oh, wow.
yes.
That's where Nicholas lives.
He lives upstairs, and downstairs he works.
This area is dedicated to the Aspiration, where the Madonna appeared to the shepherd girls in 1888. And that is why all the tour buses come here. We are at Nicholas's house. He lives upstairs from where he works downstairs. He has his own air conditioning business, and people come from all over Italy, as far as Napoli, to have him work on their cars and trucks for refrigeration and air conditioning. Buongiorno! Come sta? Ray is trying to get in this little toy car. It's like something the clowns get out at the circus here. Ray can't even put his head up to the ceiling. He needs
There is some more. There's smaller.
says this is smaller. Ray can't see.
It's right there, right?
Gosh, Ray's trying to get out. The seat does not go back.
Uh-oh. No motor. No motor.
It's 50 years old, and they used it for a wedding. I can't even believe it. Galleria making cafe latte in their beautiful kitchen. Beautiful.
Thank you.
We arrived. We're at Antonella's house, and it's only a few minutes from Nicholas. And I know she's been waiting, but we had coffee with Nicholas and Valeria. She's growing. Everybody grows beautiful things. Look at those geraniums. I know.
Nice doors.
Look at her backyard. They don't need air conditioning here because they're 800 feet up.
See, everybody.
And this is the view from their
You don't
backyard.
have a dryer machine. No machine.
Yeah, no one has a dryer here. They just hang all their clothes up.
Washers, not a dryer.
You are too busy, Adriana. She prepared food for us. Very nice, bellissimo. This busy girl.
No,
Patricia baking bread.
Welcome.
Look at her. Ray calls her the mother hen of the family.
Si sta da Antonella?
She made some pizzas for lunch. And Mikhail went to pick up the children. Today is Saturday, but they have a half a day of school. So they will come and eat with us. Not that we haven't already been eating all morning.
No? Io mo sempre devo fare.
Fire is finished.
Sì.
Oh, you got it hot enough to make...
Now I cook the pizza.
Oh, wow.
Finish the fire.
Finish the pies. How long will it take? She's been busy. She made bread.
Okay.
She said it only takes 5 minutes in that hot oven to make the pizza.
Thank you.
E questa è la
Bread pizza. Oh, she has the cheese inside. Lola's work hard. She's pulling all the ashes out.
Wow.
Crispy anchovies,
Big park.
potatoes and
What's the name
ham.
of the park in New York? Central Park.
Central Park.
Central
Oh.
Park. Finsbury. Cobra.
Pepperoni. And then she put
New York.
lots of bread.
This is,
I don't know who's going to eat all this food.
took a boat ride.
She just put that in
That's how I got the
3 minutes ago. They're already risen and brown. Amazing. The children came home from school. They had school today. And the pizza, this is their son and the girlfriend having lunch. And Ray was showing off his toys on his iPad. And we're getting ready to take off again.
Oh,
There's Anna. Oop, can't see her, a little dark.
Aspetta, aspetta.
This is Patricia's garden. I can't remember if I took a picture yesterday or not, but she pulled lettuce and tomatoes out of her garden and corn, but it was field corn, and they were all talking about, I think you grew the wrong kind of corn this year. She shares it with this side is her neighbor, and her neighbor's actually working in her garden. But their yard is very nice, and they are just so hospitable, enjoying our time, relaxing. This is just 2 minutes away from Patricia's house. The overlook here is beautiful. There's a castle nearby, so they knew that we would like to take a picture of that, but the view is gorgeous. The day is so beautiful. And there is Miguel. Bellissimo, Miguel.
Quello là, i tetti, vero?
The castle is just behind us. We can't go in, it's not being used. The castle was built in 1223.
Yes.
Well, we arrived at the bell factory, and we're going to see where they make the bells from around the world, probably for every church or every building that has a bell tower. And evidently they have a reservation for us, so we're looking forward to hearing what they have to say. Marco wasn't happy he had to come with us, but he didn't know what we were going to see. I am sure the children will enjoy this. Viola, I have to... Marco! Marco!
Fagli ciao,
Say
fai ciao.
ciao.
Alla ripresa.
There's Anthony Giancola, Michigan. Ristorante Rocco, and this is Antoinette. Oh, okay. Antoinette Floriano, and Giovanna, and Concetta, Teresa, and Mario. Okay. Say hi. Okay, good. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Okay, this is Patricia's family. Patricia, Giovanni, Andrea, the girlfriend, and Augusto. Augusto is the dancer. Okay, give me a move. All right. Okay, we have the three sisters. Marietta, Antoinette, and Dolores. Yes. Hey. Hello, ciao. Oh, yeah. Hey. Antonella, Alexandra, Luca, and Sarah. Nicolina, Valeria, and no, the other one is not. They're older. Ciao.
Ah, you gotta look at me.
Okay, part of the family. Of course, Lucia, Mikael,
Okay, no guns in
Marco, and Anna. Carmen and Mary. So we had to get them, of course. Good. A king's table here for 29 in the restaurante. Hope I sit next to Lucia. Fighting over who's going to take a picture better. Here we are. The children are down at another table. They delivered a beautiful antipasta for everybody.
Unless you want it. You want one?
Make you strong.
Yeah, it's for stress.
He wants Ray? He wants one to eat.
Oh, he wants one?
Run over. Give him one.
Chewing gum. Big popcorn. Hey, big popcorn.
Okay.
Funny man.
You can have it.
Good morning. Sunday morning. Lucia picked us up. We went and did some laundry. I had to buy sunglasses because I lost 2 pair now. And the kids have been texting their mother, "Where are you? Where are you?" Beautiful home here. His uncle lives right nearby and the father lives nearby.
And we burn wood and riscalda, heat the whole house.
You eat the whole house from here. We're in the basement and her beautiful kitchen in the basement. They all have beautiful second kitchens.
Oh,
Miguel
yeah.
made this and his father.
You got a pizza oven too?
Yes, but I don't know. Stairs is smaller, you know?
Smaller.
I mean, it's
Lower ceilings?
lower, yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is your
This is the kitchen.
your other kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a big kitchen.
Oggi non andiamo, dai.
A nice
Devi
patio.
fare i compiti,
The
così
nice-
ti portavi il libro.
Uh-huh.
Walkway.
Yeah, it's just turn around here.
This is looking out of the front of Lucia's home.
I like it.
This is the
Beautiful
main
view.
entrance there. We went to the garage, but this is the main one. Yeah.
It's a big house.
Check out her garden.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we go there. Pečto.
Ah, you take good care of her, don't you? See?
Thank you. Yeah, he's a good guy.
I know. God bless you.
Take that later.
Ma
Nice.
dove hanno bloccato lo swing?
Ma sul Xerne, c'era sul Xerne, quello su per la lavanderia San Lazzaro. Siamo lavati.
Siamo da fare. Ma l'hai preso lunedì.
This is the backyard for Lucia and her garden and all the wood they need to heat for the winter.
Yeah.
Hot water heating, but they need wood.
Tomatoes. Just few plants.
Yeah, they're nice and tall. Nice big garden.
Yeah. And corn flakes. Yeah. There are figs. Do you like figs? Figs?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Hey, Carmen! Costa. There, we're finally here at Carmen and Mary's house. We're gonna have lunch. It's about 1 o'clock and we still have so much to see.
Stavamo. E mettere che oggi sta il sole.
In back of their house. We'll learn some history, I hope. This is the
Up there.
Che le lascio più
Tamburri Carmen,
Sì,
built in
yes.
1966, so it's new.
Questa qua, il secco.
He had made goat cheese with his sheep, so that was very good.
But then do you like
Carmen.
cheese? Do you like?
Carmen, what are you doing? You said they were no good, and you're picking on the figs. Come eat your dinner. Ah, be careful. Oh my gosh. He is in there. Ray happened to see was a fig tree, and he goes, "The figs are no good this year." And then before you know it, he jumps up from dinner. Oh, then they're falling out. They had a real bad summer. Not enough rain, not enough sun. Hey, I see you. Oh my gosh. Stop. 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 Oh my gosh. His garden. There. Ah. No good. What are you doing then? Carmen showed me that you're supposed to peel the figs. Dad taught me to eat the whole thing, but he's no, peel it. They're good. They're sweet. I mean, they probably could be sweeter, but they're good. Very good. And Mikkel's brother makes pastry. Look how beautiful pastry is. Ray is enjoying them all, as full as he is. We just had lunch, and we have come up the street to see the Junkola fountain. It's been repaired over the years by the people that own it, but it was the original fountain from years ago.
They wash clothes here, okay? Many years ago.
Many years ago, they washed clothes in there. The fountain
Yes.
water would come through. Ah. We're hoping to do this before it rains. We waited all these years, and now it looks a little dark.
This in the middle,
Just a little part?
just a little part. This is the old, where all the brothers born.
All the children were born here.
Yes.
Libra, Nick,
Right.
which is Berto, and
Yes.
Mary. And Mary were born here in this
Yes.
little section here.
Yeah. Then
Before-
they grew up here, and when my grandfather Libra get married, they moved because then there were too much people,
Right.
many people, so they
That's
moved.
the one we can't go in.
No,
No.
Right,
no.
right.
The doctor is here, and he bought this one, and he has all the whole pieces. How do you say?
He has the whole building.
Oh, he
that
got this whole thing,
The doctor bought.
just from there to there.
Yes.
Yes, he bought this building next to it, and then bought the family
So that's the one
section.
that's probably 600 years old.
AAG on the door. 1908. See? Look at that. AG.
Yeah, but I thought this was 300 years old.
Anthony Gincola.
Yeah, but this was
1908.
already built it.
So he put that on there when they moved.
Yeah.
Yes. The house itself is
I
old,
thought,
but they put this door up when Grandpa Anthony moved here. The bigger door down below is where they kept the animals.
look at this.
There's
But these
DG
are
on this
older
particular
than
door,
1908.
and
That
could be a
date
Gincola as
is
well from years
why-
ago.
is
When he
when-
mended. So if somebody else comes there, they'll tilt that off and put a new one on.
Okay, yes,
Oh.
okay.
Oh. I should think.
We're walking
we got
up
solar
to
panels.
Antoinette and Dolores' house from here.
We're not eating that part.
Yes.
What is that thing up there?
That is a wall clock.
On the grate, which I'm looking into the sun, I can't tell if you can see it or not, but it has AG for Antonio Gincola. And then again,
Now they came here
on
in
that grate.
1927,
They moved in
What?
this house in 1927.
but this building was made before than that date.
Right.
Okay.
Ciao.
Francesca.
I saw her before. Hey,
Francesca?
what are you doing here?
Francesca Patella.
What
Floriano.
Si toppa bagnato.
pranzo.
Yeah?
Then Antoinette, his mom,
Him and his wife and
his mom,
Lives on one floor.
okay?
okay.
And Floriano. That side is Floriano's side of the house.
Hey, wait a minute. Weren't we here the other day and you were talking to her? Oh.
This is Dolores' entrance. Ah, there she is. Oh, yes.
Yeah, piece of land. She has the garden.
Uh-oh, that cat's gonna go in there.
Ma non ci andremo che adesso sta tutto malato.
Oh, look at this garden.
Tutta la terra.
Wow.
Quella casa là.
Till that house. It's
Okay,
the,
now I got a stupid
home.
question.
What?
Her father used to watch the sheep.
Outside. They call
From here?
From here, yes.
Oh.
It's about quanto ci mettavamo?
Dove sta
Un'ora,
l'autostrada? Dove sta l'autostrada?
Quanto
là?
tempo ci mettavate? Un'ora?
Una mezz'oretta.
It's about an half hour or an hour to work. Okay? To walk
To
by
walk,
sheep,
oh, with the sheep.
Yeah, and then in the... Well, this is her space. It's okay.
Yeah.
Questo i tuoi figli dove sono?
Here is the room. The wall is original.
Yes.
Okay? So big.
Ah, so
Look at
from
how
here-
thick.
Huh?
The wall is 3 feet thick.
Yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Antoinette came down. They can't wait. Oh.
Here is just, how do you say? Postillo.
Oh, like a storage.
Yeah, storage.
On the second floor, going up to Antoinette's room, they had changed my dad's bedroom when Floriano's family moved in, so they took his bedroom and made it into a stairway. So, Dad would take the sheep somewhere an hour away, probably in a pasture nearby.
No.
When your father came, they were up there.
That's what I was trying to tell Ray, that they walked up to the top there.
Yes, on the top.
And he's like, no.
Another one.
Yes. Yeah, it's a couple hour walk up to the top.
Basta.
So everybody's here with us.
Dai, ditti comunque non capisco niente. Sono portata da amica, ma anche c'erano molto niente.
Floriano and Francesca. Wow, here I am at Grandpa's house. Kind of neat. Glad I'm here.
Uh-oh.
I'm a little bit close here, but this is the original fireplace that Dad has pictures of in his movies
So
as
they
well.
don't use it anymore.
Not the oven, ma lo fuoco cucino, piccio, no?
No, perché si è messo il radiatore, la caldaia, poi facciate più. Perché faceva fuoco vicino.
There's Antoinette. She got married, and now they've been married 50 years. We arrived in Sorrento after about 3 hours. Here's our Hotel Mignon. Our family came in the van with us. Mary, Nicoletta, Patricia, and Lucy. Felt bad that they had to be in the car so long, but they wanted to make sure that we were okay. So we're starving, and we're gonna find some place to have lunch and just start exploring Sorrento. A few steps out of our doorway, and here we are in an English inn. We ordered a ham and cheese panini, and I got an Italian dish, but it's pretty much a ham and cheese sandwich too.
English inn.
This is the main piazza in Sorrento. And in this direction is, I believe, the way to the port to get the ferry to Capri. So we're just kind of exploring today. It's Sorrento, 85 degrees. We're looking for the port. We walked down 2 sets of steps already. We're heading down to the port, but as you can see, there's a number of steps to go before we head out to that beautiful water. That's a picture of Mount Vesuvius, and with the clouds it looks like it's erupting, but thank God it's just a beautiful day. Whoop, sorry. Ray needs to touch the Mediterranean Sea, so there he goes. Funny man.
Here,
Don't
touch the Mediterranean.
It's 8:30 in the morning. We just arrived on that boat and we are in Capri, and we hurried over to buy our ticket to go to the Blue Grotto. They are taking 3 tour boats right now, and they drive you over, and then I guess you have to pay a ticket to go into the Blue Grotto. A lot of activity this morning. This is the port area, and one of the famous houses that are in a lot of the pictures that we see. We're on our boat ride to the grotto, and it seems like we're pulling 3 boats behind us. And we met Janie and Phil from Arkansas. I'm going to sneak up. There's one road to get to the other side of the island, Anna Capri, and there is the bridge that cuts through the mountains. I don't know if you can see it because I'm in the sun. The water doesn't seem rough until you're trying to take a picture, and it is. There's this huge home at the top of this cliff. And we're headed around the island to go to the grotto.
Pepe!
We have reached the grotto. We have to buy a ticket to get on one of these small boats, but that is the opening that we're going to go in. Oh my gosh.
Pepe, posso sbarcare?
To get into the Blue Grotto.
Buongiorno. C'ho poche, c'ho 16 persone, sì, grazie.
We gotta go up there to buy a ticket.
We went through that little hole.
E cominciamo a volare nel cielo infinito. E una musica dolce che soltanto per te. Volare.
We took the funicular up to the top of the mountain to get to the main city of Capri. The water is absolutely gorgeous. It's like the Bahamas, clear blue. This is the main church on Capri, St. Stefano, because I'm facing the sun, so I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. There are St. Stefanos everywhere. The first martyr was very important to everybody. Curious bus ride to Faro, overlooking a 1,000-foot drop. It was like going on the Millennium. We all gasped. But here we are at the farthest point at Anna Capri, and of course they have a lighthouse which we have to check out. It's warm, but it doesn't seem like it's warm enough to be swimming. The people are coming here to enjoy the sun. From the lighthouse, there's a view of those famous rocks off of Capri that you usually see. But from this angle, you can't see the one that has the hole in it. And one last shot of the beautiful water. Maybe. We decided to stop at this Cafe Michelangelo, and we're going to share a salad and a panini, of course. And Ray is enjoying a lemon slush. And I'm having beer.
Slushy.
I'm going with the beer. Claire and Russell from the UK. They're on a cruise. And we're heading back. We're comparing notes with our trips.
I always find somebody. I'll email that email.
We are just entering Pompeii and received our audio guide and starting to listen. They discovered the city was buried in the 1600s. It actually was starting to get built in 80 AD, or excuse me, BC. This is a temple that was built in 2 BC, built with money that was offered to the gods, or God, I'm not really sure. Gods. I'm listening to an audio tape. That is Diana, sister of the Hunt. And on the other side is Apollo pulling the bow. This is the sundial that they used, and that's why Apollo was goddess of the sun. And this is Vesuvius, overlooking the city. And we are standing in the main forum where all the political people, religious people in the town gathered. The Temple of Vespasium. And the meat and fish markets around here. Quite a gathering place. August 24th, 69 AD was when Vesuvius started to erupt. It was caving in roofs and taking the citizens. Some of the pottery that was unearthed. A depth of 2 meters of ash came down on the city within 24 hours. There was one eyewitness who gave the story about his uncle, and that's how they know a lot about what had happened. We have reached the arena or amphitheater. It's out, sort of outside the city gate. I didn't take pictures of all the homes along the way. A lot of them had the paintings on the walls and some marble that were found. This wall is the wall outside the city. And so the arena is just outside that. The entrances.
Ooh, I think that's original.
Of course, the lower section seats were for the rich people. And then there were seats that went all the way up. And you sat by rank, as usual. The city was buried under 5 meters of ash and volcanic matter. This building is taller than that, so I'm not sure if it was how they discovered it. This is the area that they trained their young boys into games and discus and later, of course, fighting for gladiators. They even used criminals for the gladiators, trained them, and then they purchased them as, you know, victors. If they lived, they lived. This is the amphitheater from 2 BC, and this is opening night. They are getting ready to have an opera tonight. We actually met someone from the UK who bought tickets to be here. This seats 5,000 people, and it was used during Nero's time. And that white marble is original. As an explorer, he is not happy that he can't take a picture from the stage, so he is figuring out where the best place to get a shot is. And I thought, I'll stay here. Let me see if I can get him. Hey, honey. Today is Thursday, and we're taking a ride along the Amalfi Coast. This is our first stop to enjoy the scenery. We have an English guide telling us the tales of how things came about years ago. The sun is just peeking through the clouds right now. You can see how clear the water is here. Along the way we were watching for lemon trees and olive trees, all ready for picking soon.
A lot of chili pepper. Some people say that the chili pepper is also called the natural Viagra of the Amalfi Coast. It's written the natural Viagra of Amalfi Coast.
We are in Positano. Some of the pictures I took just earlier show that. We're heading down to the beach. They gave us just an hour to view here. A lot of shops. They sell a lot of linen. We learned about Capri and how it was a part of Italy until the earthquake of '69. Here is the beach of Positano. It's black, probably from the lava. Ray goes out for a shot, and there's a big umbrella in front of him. Here's the famous coast. Sophia Loren used to have a villa here. She was the first woman, they say, to wear a bikini in 1950, which was very scandalous. Here's the church. In the center of the Amalfi Coast, and this is the church that is featured. We have 2 hours here, so we're going to find a place to have lunch, a glass of their homemade wine. It's supposed to be good. Other people on our tour are taking a 45-minute boat ride, which we declined. They're singing Volare over the top of the noise of the scooters. This is the Amalfi Coast. We just finished lunch at a nice restaurant. I had Rosita with vegetables. And Ray, and these are friends that we're taking pictures of.
Want the best. All right, no,
And Ray had tortellini and of course gelato. And there's the man who takes pictures for everybody.
See, that's a nice cluster up there.
Like this cute
and
little, cute little house up there
more
again.
Blue sky.
Another beautiful day the Lord has given us. Amen, Lord.
Well, you can put it on your screen.
We are in a small town of Ruffello. There's a villa here where they host concerts. They've done it over the centuries. Classical and jazz concerts. There's only 3,000 inhabitants here in this little town. This is the city of Ravenna. Looking down below. And like other cities, they have grapes and olives. And beautiful views.
A little hazy.
Where? Where is
Look at that house. Way up on top of the mountain. Way up there is yellow. Can you get it?
I think so. We arrived in Rome around 11 o'clock this morning. Today is Friday. Our hotel was 2 minutes from the train station, and the Colosseum here is 2 minutes from our hotel. So that's pretty cool. This is the Arch of Constantine, which is right outside the Colosseum. Most of the Colosseum is under scaffoldings, and there's 5,000 people just in front of me. We are in Tivoli at the Villa of the Estate, where the fountains are. We took a metro and a bus to get here, and the day seems to be improving. And this evidently was a home at one time. Amazing detail on this fountain.
Pretty carving.
This is inside the villa, where they paint all this beautiful artwork on wet plaster. Many rooms here. I can hear the fountains. We're headed down to see all the fountains I can hear. But before we go down, I want you to see the view. We're on top of the mountain here in Tivoli. And the sun is trying to peek out, but
Oh, they blocked that off now. Let you walk behind it.
this is the wall of fountains that Ray fell in love with in 1985. It was quite a ways. Ah, there he is again. All the natural springs. The main fountain just below the estate, but it's in the middle of this huge garden that goes on forever. I'm not going to take the whole thing. Where you'll have plenty of snapshots.
This is not the chance that I can't put the whole thing in.
I know, it's impossible to do.
Not possible.
Not possible. Changing batteries. Another gorgeous fountain. All the water is from natural springs, and we're finding little rivers where it's going down the mountain. Ray's waiting for our shot. And there's this gorgeous pool that the water is running into. We found a little way up to the top. It feels so nice and cool here because the water is so naturally cool. You can see the triple pools from here. Gorgeous, gorgeous. We found this little alcove, and it's the natural spring that feeds that fountain. Oops, sorry. We entered the Roman Forum, and it dates back 300 BC, some buildings, some monuments, some cemetery pieces. The streets are just like Pompeii, very big, huge rocks. And
It's bread.
It's bread. We're having lunch at the Coliseum. We're starving.
What kind of meat is that?
It's ham. We probably could have shared this salad. It's very large.
You want that?
I do. I want that. We are in Ostia Antica, and this is one of the wells from the 1st century, 1 BC actually. And we walked up to the stairway here. And they have this is the bath area. They didn't have any baths in their private homes, but there is hot and cold bath here. They heated the water. There's a latrine with 10 seats. So the whole city came here to cleanse and relax. This was built in 80 BC. Yeah. This is a mosaic of the bath floor. And in that room it's the same. This is their amphitheater, quite intact, all the seats. We've walked pretty much all of Ostia Antica, and we were searching for the temple because we were excited to know that there was a temple. We searched and searched and found out it is pretty much outside the city. That little tiny one there is where the Jewish temple was, and if you think about it, they were probably outcasts anyway, since everything else is idol worship. So we're headed out. We walked all the way from the Coliseum to the Piazza Navona. It wasn't our intention to do that, but it worked out that way. So I'm starving. We're gonna have lunch here somewhere. Pantheon, the oldest known structure built 2,000 years ago that's still intact and usable. It was built originally for a pagan temple, but it wasn't that very long before the Christians made it into a church. Of course, it's made in the round. And I'm shooting over 1,000 or more people. And then it's known for this huge tower inside.
And tell them that there's invisible holes on the floor where the water goes in.
You heard that from the master. Today is Sunday, so they did have church this morning, and there are pews in here, which weren't here other days. We're at Trevi Fountain, and as you can see, it's under construction. But they are letting you go on a walkway to get in front of it.
Look at all the money. Get all the money down there. They're still throwing money into it.
All the wishes. Hopefully prayers.
Still throwing coins.
This is our last day in Rome. We decided to follow the river wherever it went. This is the river Arno. And it's facing the Vatican, and we're going to find the stairway right about there and go on down. Looks like some kind of fortress. This bridge is to St. Angelo's Castle. Looks like a fortress. And all the angels are protecting it on the way in. Early lunch. This is the Piazza Popolo. We just finished a meal at the Hard Rock, making use of our Metro Pass. I think Popolo is Pope. Not sure. I'll look it up later. We came home last night. Michelle was greeting us with Anthony, and it looks like everyone had a party, putting a party together for us with all the decorations. Grapes, my favorite. Look at the Italian cuisine in here. I think I need to make somebody a pasta dinner. Oh my goodness. You know Michelle, she is outrageous. And wouldn't you know, as usual, lots and lots of balloons, not only here, but for some reason, she thought she had to like fill the bathroom. I can't even get the door open in here for the balloons. Oh my gosh, there are over 400 balloons, she said. Well, we're glad to be home. Thank you, everybody. Arrivederci.